Good evening here on the East Coast, and good late afternoon on the West Coast. And that's here in North America. And if you're listening to us from Europe, um, let me ask Alexa right now. Alexa, what time is it in Moscow?
In Moscow, it's 3:30 a.m.
Well, that's a little further out than Europe, I know. But Moscow, it's 3:30 a.m. Uh, Alexa, what time is it in Tokyo?
In Tokyo, it's 9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m. So good morning in Tokyo. And in China, let's see what time it is in Beijing. Alexa, what time is it in Beijing?
In Beijing, it's 8:30 a.m.
8:30 a.m. in Beijing. And they're getting ready for the Winter Olympics, which I love. I love hockey. I love skiing. I love cross country. I love figure skating. I love the Winter Olympics. And just a little advice to all of those politicians out there that want to boycott, Olympics. And I think I heard, I don't know if it's true. Maybe if someone's, hi, Mike Alston, how are you, brother? I'll just post this up here. Mike Alston, my good friend. How are you, Mike? By the way, Mike, we got to get you on Euphoria. So, any event, Mike Alston, I worked with Mike in the world of orthopedic medical devices, and Mike taught me a lot. He was quite an amazing friend, and just really enjoyed working with you, Mike. So, anyway, we got a great show for you. I could talk about so many things, but it's not about me when it's on the dot. When we're on the dot, we are about my guest, and we've got Quenton Meeks, who looks like I see him in the background there. He's moving the camera around. He's a fellow Pegasus like myself, and many of you might not know much about Pegasi or Pegasus, but it is a archetype that is related to Myers-Briggs. And so Quenton and I, and this is Quenton Meeks on the dot, and I'm going to bring him on right now here. Hey, Q, how are you, brother?
Doing good, Doc. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. And we're just talking a little bit about Zodian. And you and I have the same similar personality.
Yes, we're both Pegasi, man.
What do you know about? Tell me about what you know that when it comes to Myers-Briggs, Pegasus is ENFP. What do you know about personalities, Quenton?
Basically, Pegasi were very outgoing people, easy people to get along with. We are kind of go with the flow people. We don't really doesn't take too much to impress us. We just like to have the people around us feel good, and we can get along with really anybody. So we just people with vibrant personalities.
Yep, fellow Pegasi, you're a Pegasi. I'm a Pegasi. Robin Williams is a Pegasus. Mark Twain and Will Rogers, who said, "I never met a person I didn't like."
There you go. Get along with everybody.
that's you. That's me too. I love people. So, any event, Quenton, well, first of all, this portion of On the Dot is brought to you by Euphoria. And I just want to let a big shout out to Kim Ressler. She sent these beautiful mugs to myself and one of our one of our team members, Rumi Dotterer, who's married to my cousin. Congratulations. And Quenton, you're going to be getting one of these soon. Or did you get one yet?
Not yet. I'm still waiting on mine, but I'll get one soon.
Yes, you will. So this portion of On the Dot's been brought to you by Euphoria. And Quenton and I love Euphoria because why?
I mean, it's foundational health. It's living healthier, man. I mean, what more can you ask for, really? I mean, it's the way of the future.
It is. So with that, Q, I put in the introduction, when I sent it out to everybody. I said, we're gonna have someone on that could tell us, why did the Titans lose? Why aren't they going to the Super Bowl this year? Because how many guys do you know on that team?
I know a lot of guys. I don't know too many of them personally. Only a couple of them personally. But I was with those guys in the spring and parts of training camp. So, they played a tough game, but they were tied all the way up to the end. And Bengals won on the last second field goal. That's really how all the games went this past weekend, except the last one with the Chiefs, and that one was just a shootout and then went into overtime. So, but I mean,
Oh, hey, you know what? I'll let you off the hook, because just let everyone know, Quenton is a NFL player. He's not an alumni, because I've played a long time ago. He is a player, and he is available for any team out there. And I'm going to say this is my pitch. I hope it goes viral, but I believe in my heart, because I've watched you since Stanford. I know your father was a very successful defensive coach in the National Football League. He has a Super Bowl ring, just like I have a Super Bowl ring. So you know what it takes. You know what that's all about. And there are a lot of players that don't. There are a lot of players that will never, ever get to the Super Bowl. And I'm just going to say that whatever team's out there, if you want a defensive back that can help you get to the Super Bowl, he's right here.
well, I appreciate it, brother. It means a lot, man. I'm still working.
You know what? Yeah. And it's not just you know what? And I'll tell you, if NFL, I was born in Canada. CFL, they play football too.
Oh yeah, no, I would love that, that opportunity, but I think they have some rules up there regarding the whole thing that's going on right now. So
You know what?
Country right now.
Hey, every day things change, Quenton. Every day. So but I'm telling you, I know that you can help a team out there. So if there's if Mr. Davis, the owner of the team I played with, if he were alive today, I guarantee you he would have you in for an interview. And I believe Mr. Davis would say, come on. And he would take, if the NFL had said anything, he'd say, hey, Quenton's my man. Just like Green Bay, and there are other teams out there, we know.
Oh yeah, nah, definitely. I mean, I would love to play for the Raiders, and that's a outstanding organization, legendary organization. So, I mean, I would love to be part of the same organization you were, man.
That was my pick. I don't know if you remember this, but I picked that before the season even started. I said it was going to be the Raiders and the Rams. That was my pick.
Yeah.
And I have Raider gear, of course, and I bought a Rams hat, and I put it up. I bought those two hats. I'm serious. I got them in Vegas. I got those two hats in Vegas.
Yeah.
And had the Raiders, the if is the biggest word in the English dictionary. But if the Raiders hadn't, I think, gone through all that turmoil, who knows? They might be there and fit the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, no, Raiders were a very good team this year. They have a lot of talent on that roster, so I think from years to come, they're gonna be really good for sure.
So that their new general manager, whoever that is, if he and I'm just gonna say it might be a she. We've never had a female general manager, but there will be a female general manager someday in the National Football League. Mark my words. But right now it's probably a he. And if he called you and said, Quenton, would you like to come to the Las Vegas Raiders? What would you say?
Absolutely.
So you're in great shape, aren't you, Quenton?
Oh yeah, no, I train almost every day. Every week I'm training. I'm doing what I got to do to stay in shape. I've never felt better. My technique, I've just had months to just practice my technique, So, I feel like all I need is a workout, really, just one workout, and I feel like I'll be ready. But that I can't control that. I just have to, just keep working for if the opportunity comes. So I have faith it will. So I just have to keep working.
Well, I do know this. I for anyone that's listening out there that is a general manager for a professional American football team or Canadian football team or for any type of what we call American football or Canadian football, if you want someone that knows how to tackle, Quenton knows how to tackle. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I look at these great athletes and they are fantastic. They're faster, bigger, stronger, jump higher. But a lot of them, I'm just saying, they struggle with the tackle. And you don't need it. Quenton, you don't need to say the word. But I know because your father was the defensive coordinator for a Super Bowl team, the Indianapolis Colts, and he knows what tackling's all about. He knows that.
Oh, for sure, no doubt about that.
So it's in your it's in your DNA, I believe. It's in your DNA.
Yes, I like to say that.
Yes, it is. So Quenton, I've been yapping. This is about you. So I'm going to just turn off and talk about, what do you want to talk about? Whatever you want to talk about. It's your floor, brother.
Shoot. I don't really know. We got a couple good games coming up this weekend. See who goes to Super Bowl. I think personally, it's gonna be tough, but like I want like a part of me because the 49ers have been playing really tough, so a part of me wants to pick the 49ers. But then the Rams, I thought it was gonna be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl. But the Rams definitely had different plans for that. And one of my favorite coaches is on the Rams right now. So part of me, I'm not going to lie, wants the Rams to win.
Who's that coach on the Rams? Who is that?
The special teams coach, Joe DeCamillis. That's like my favorite coach. So,
well, you know what? Special teams can sometimes make the difference in the game.
Oh, so much so. I mean, you see all the games this weekend, except one, were won on last-second field goals. I mean, everybody wants to talk about the kickers and everything, but when it comes down to those last minutes, those kickers become the most important people on the team. So.
Quenton, how about the punter for Green Bay if he just punts the ball and it doesn't get blocked?
It doesn't get blocked. You see, exactly. That's another big play right there. That changed the whole game. So special teams is definitely. People don't really think about it, but it's a very important part of the game. I played a lot more special teams than I have on defense. The time I have played in the NFL, and I enjoy it. It's definitely something that's it's very gritty. You got to be very gritty to play special teams, and it's pretty fun out there. So I think I'm not gonna lie, I do have a little personal want because I do have a lot of respect for this coach. But both franchises I have a lot of respect for because I just want to see a good game. I don't care who wins, but it would be nice to see the coach like go to Super Bowl. So, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, the city of Los Angeles has never. They hosted the first Super Bowl ever. Super Bowl I was in the LA Coliseum.
Yeah, I do know that.
And it was half full. Do you know there was only 50,000 people?
It's kind of like the USC game now.
It was half full, and the tickets, I think you could get a Super Bowl ticket for like $15.
Wow, times is
Nothing
really
crazy. Yeah.
Yep.
And then they've had a Super Bowl. The Raiders won their Super Bowl in the Coliseum in 1977. for
Okay.
first Super Bowl. They played the Vikings. It was and that was the Raiders' first Super Bowl. And then they had a Super Bowl. I think the has the Rose Bowl hosted a Super Bowl?
They did against it was the Cowboys Steelers.
Yep. And then the Super Bowl, but there's no team in Los Angeles has ever won a Super Bowl.
Oh wow. Well,
Then the Rams won. The Rams won when they were what was that? They were the fastest on turf. What was their nickname?
He coached for that team, not the one that won the Super Bowl, but the one that went 2 years later and played against Tom Brady in his first Super Bowl. And they lost against the Patriots, but there was a lot of stuff that came out after about Spygate and how they were cheating, filming practices and stuff. So, but that's just I don't want to talk about
the Rams. Dick Vermeil, he was not only the head coach, he was the general manager for the Rams. And
I did not know that.
2000, it was 2001 or 2000. Actually, it was the 2000 Super Bowl. And they were called the fastest on turf. There was a nickname. They had these receivers. What were their names? They were so fast. What?
And Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt.
That's it. And what was their nickname? I'm going to look that up right now.
On turf.
What was it?
The greatest show on turf.
That's it. And they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And St. Louis doesn't have a football team now.
I know. That's crazy because, I remember going there and seeing the big, the St. Louis arch and everything. I would love seeing that thing. So, when my dad coached there. So, I think St. Louis is a cool city, but, there's more revenue to be made in L.A., so.
Yep. Well, it's going to be we'll have to see. I'm kind of like you. The 49ers, the reason I like the 49ers, my Stanford former footballer and baseballer and NFL Hall of Famer John Lynch.
Ah, yes.
And he's done a really good job, John has.
Yes, he has. I mean, this is his second NFC championship in 3 years. They're doing their thing up there in the front office. So
they're doing a good job. But I'll tell you, the Coach McVay for the Rams, if you said who's the bet, well, this is going to come down because that's that rivalry between Shanahan and McVay.
Yeah.
And Shanahan has had his number.
Yeah, he has.
But I think someone said, well, I was on the dot this morning with Kevin Moen, who ran over our trombone player.
Yeah.
And Kevin made a good point. He said, the odds, because I think the 49ers have beaten, is it true they've beaten the Rams six games in a row?
Wow. I believe it.
And so that the more times you win, the odds are in your favor that you're going to finally win one, right?
Yeah. Especially in the play their third time playing them this year, so it's hard to beat somebody 3 times in a season.
Well, let me ask you too, because you know what it's like. Does home field advantage play a role here, being in Los Angeles, the game at home for LA?
It does, but I feel like it's the opposite because most of the stadium is going to be 49er fans. People don't realize, since the 2 teams moved to LA, especially the Chargers, I mean, every Charger game is like an away game for them. And the Rams, I feel like just because the 49ers have been in California forever and the Rams took that time to where they were in St. Louis, a lot of those, this is really a 49er state. I mean, the Raiders are now in Las Vegas, and I mean, the 49ers, from what I heard, the last game they played in LA in the regular season this year, it was a huge 49er fan, a lot more than Rams fan, to the point where the owner, I think it was the owner, general manager, one of them had to announce earlier this week that tickets for this game were only exclusively for Southern California residents. I mean, you can't do that, obviously, but he's trying to make it because they know, because like the last game they played, they was just 49ers were just the Rams had to go silent snap count because it was so loud.
Wow.
In the stadium. So like these LA teams, and that's a good like the thing that would be good for LA winning is like it would bring more of a football culture here because it's been all about USC and UCLA for the longest time here, and now that they finally have a pro team, it's still hard because all these fans, these people that live here, are fans of other teams because they've had to be for so long. So now it's like, I mean, what do we switch the team we've been rooting for so many years to now root for the team that's in LA? Like, no, we're gonna keep rooting for the team we've been rooting for. So it's gonna take some time for the fan base to really build up in LA. So I think the home field advantage is actually going to be for the 49ers.
Right. Well,
Crazy.
well, it would be a great. I mean, for the city of Los Angeles, if they were to beat the Niners and then win the Super Bowl, you're right. From getting fan support, that would be a big event for, because again, Los Angeles has never had a team to win the Super Bowl. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Time out here. The Los Angeles Raiders. Thank you.
Oh, they were in LA then?
Too many hits to the head. Come on. That's just, I apologize, Mr. Davis. I'm thinking, just to let you know, I'm thinking always Oakland.
Yeah,
we were Los Angeles Raiders, so
okay.
Shame on me. And then I don't know. We were the Oakland Raiders. Actually, the first game for the Raiders. Guess where the first game for the Raiders was played in 1960?
Where?
Candlestick.
Huh. Interesting.
And Candlestick is no longer. They tore it down.
Yeah.
That's where Joe Montana did his magic.
Oh yeah.
And that's where Barry Bonds, hit a lot of home runs when he came from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I cannot believe Barry Bonds is not getting in the Hall of Fame.
Gosh, I know. That's a disgrace to me. I mean, say what you want about him, but before all that was going off, I mean, he was an electrifying player. I mean, just things he could do on the baseball field, just like amazing. And I mean, a lot of people profited and benefited off of the steroid era. I mean, even these organizations, even these baseball organizations. So it kind of feels like, they're throwing these players under the bus, and they probably shouldn't have done it. But if baseball was stricter with their rules, I mean, a lot of this wouldn't have happened, if we're being honest. I mean, there's no way you don't hear about that in the NFL because we get tested so often. It's just like, it's impossible. Like, literally, it would be impossible for guys to use performance-enhancing drugs and not get caught in the NFL. So, I mean, guys get caught for things they take accidentally in the NFL, but they still get in trouble for it. But, like, stuff that they really didn't plan on taking, but it was just in whatever supplement or whatever. That's why I'm glad Üforia is all NSF sports certified. So don't got to worry about popping or any drug tests or anything, all natural. But yeah, that's a shame, man. Him, Roger Clemens, also, I saw he didn't get in. These are two baseball legends, and yeah, it was an era that was probably a dark spot for the MLB baseball, but a lot of people benefited from that as well, man, including TV ratings. And I mean, people love seeing all those home runs and stuff like that. And to say that Barry Bonds wouldn't still be a Hall of Fame baseball player without, the allegations that happened, I don't think anybody can say that he wouldn't be. So disappointed in that for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, I played against Barry.
Really?
Yeah, well, Barry was a freshman at Arizona State when I was a senior at our alma mater.
Oh, no way.
And I'll never forget, we came out, this is 1983.
Yeah.
The spring of 1983, we go down to to, to Tempe, Arizona, and I'm running out the field, and I see this guy in left field. He's got a big afro.
Yeah.
And he's got his hat just sitting on his afro like this. And and I said, boy, what a good looking athlete. And I saw his last name was Bonds. And I said, is that Bobby Bonds' son?
Uh-huh.
Because we didn't know Barry. I didn't know who Barry was from A Man on the Moon, but I knew Bobby Bonds. Bobby Bonds was a great player back then. I mean, I didn't know he had a son.
Yeah.
So I just said, "Oh, that's Barry. That's Bobby Bonds' son." That's how I knew him. I didn't know any other. And then, then when he got drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he started hitting those balls, I was like, "Wow, that young man can play the game."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great player, and there's no doubt. I have a whole different view on. I mean, I believe. This is my belief, and I hope everyone out there will listen to this. But just like it's your body, and the reason I've heard that reason Barry Bonds started taking steroids was Mark McGuire, who I also played against. Mark was at USC, a freshman when I was a senior.
Okay.
And Mark McGuire, he didn't need to take steroids to hit home runs. He was so strong. His arms were like Popeye arms. I mean, Mark McGuire. But the reason he took steroids, Mark had problems with his feet. He had, broken some bones in the foot, or he had, tendon issues. And that's serious. It's like Bill Walton, who was a great basketball player. Bill Walton had problems with his feet. In any event, Mark McGuire started taking steroids, and this is my understanding, not to get bigger to hit home runs, to try to help his feet.
Mm.
And a lot of people think, oh, everybody takes steroids because they want to get bigger. No, he was trying to help, stay healthy, because steroids can be used in a way that, I have a friend named Chuck Muncy, and Chuck Muncy was 6 years old. A car ran over Chuck. Great player from Cal and great NFL player. Played for the Chargers. Chuck Muncy. He was the first back where it was just Chuck Muncy in the backfield. Dan Fouts was under quarterback, and Chuck was the only back in the backfield. And Chuck was about 6'4", 235, and could run a 4.5 40 and catch the ball. And Chuck, his brother played in the NFL. His brother's about 5'10", defensive back, not big. And I asked Chuck, gosh, how come you're so much bigger than all your family? Because he grew up in Western Pennsylvania. And he said when he was 6 years old, a truck ran over him, and he broke all these bones in his body. And the doctor gave him steroids to help him heal as a 6-year-old.
Wow.
And he said that made him grow a little bit bigger than all of his siblings.
Wow.
So it's important to know to people out there that steroids can be used in a positive way. And the bottom line is, it's your body. And if you want to, if it's used for healing, do whatever you need to do. The key, though, is to be honest. So if they ask you, gosh, what are you doing to get so strong? Just tell them I'm taking this, and this. And you know what? And that's it. This is my body, and I'm taking this. Now, if baseball really wants to get serious about this, okay, we're going to have the Hank Aaron League, which, Henry Aaron, I'm pretty sure Henry Aaron didn't do any steroids, which is fine. And that's where, we do all the testing. And then we have whatever, it's your body. You do whatever you want league. Just separate the leagues, 2 leagues. And I bet you a lot of people will go watch the league where everything goes, because, but that's what I would do. Again, if I were the commissioner, that's what I would say 2 different leagues. And that's, and I would have teams like, Chattanooga, Tennessee, or What are some small? Columbus, Ohio, um, Spokane, Washington. There's enough cities out there that could support two different teams, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the commissioner for baseball, and I'll go on record right now, the commissioner of baseball, in my opinion, humble opinion, doesn't know how to market. Doesn't know how to market. And you heard it here. And
Yeah.
baseball used to be America's
It really,
pastime.
it really did. It's falling off big time as far as
Big time.
like even my dad wanted me to be a baseball player over a football player so much, and he was just saying the longevity, like you play longer, like less injuries, like I mean it's just a better game for your body. And I loved baseball. I love playing baseball, but it's like I don't know, just like the culture around baseball has it's just gone down. Even when I was a little kid, like baseball used to be really big, like up there with football and basketball, and it was definitely bigger than basketball. And it was right up there with football, and now it's like, I mean, football and basketball definitely take precedent as far as like popularity goes. And I think that's kind of disappointing because baseball is really a great sport, man. Like I miss playing baseball, like I really do, and I do wish there was more of a excitement around it as far as like I don't know, just make like just more TV around it, more like I don't know, Sports Center playing it more. Like you just don't see baseball stuff like that a lot no more. I mean, it's just mostly the fast-paced sports, and I guess it's more exciting to watch them a little, I guess. But I think baseball is fun to watch too. But
Yeah, it's a great game, but it's so much as of whatever organization, whether it's a sports organization or it's a business or it's a college, it starts at the top. Who's leading? Who are the leaders, right? And
oh
we
yeah,
got a great leader. We got a great leader with Üforia, Kim Ressler,
yes we do.
a
Uh,
woman, a woman CEO. Isn't that fantastic?
yes, no, that's definitely fantastic. We were definitely blessed to have her leading us, and her vision for this company is quite amazing, and I'm definitely blessed to be a part of it. So happy she's leading us.
Yeah. So you get the last word, Quenton, and you get to talk about whatever you want to do, and you're going to take us out. I'm not going to talk anymore. And you can talk about whatever you want to talk about: NFL, Super Bowl, Euphoria, politics, religion, whatever you
I
want.
might stay away from those two. it's, it's because um, I guess my thing is I would say the last word would be we had some great games this past weekend. A lot of people saying it was probably the best weekend of football in NFL history. I didn't get to catch all of the action, but I did catch some of it, and I am definitely think that this next week is going to be fantastic week of football too. I am definitely excited about the rule change that the NFL just announced for unvaccinated players. So, um, you know, that was huge news. So I've been very excited since hearing that. So, I think with the rules and then the weekend how it went, I think the NFL is heading back in the right direction. So definitely, definitely excited about that. And hope people enjoy this weekend coming up with the games because it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. And remember, the season's almost over. So I mean, after these next few weekends, that's it until next August. So we should definitely enjoy it while it's here. And as far as Euphoria goes, I'm blessed to be a part of this company. I'm living the healthiest life I've ever lived. Just I never knew really the effects of like how like powerful this stuff would be until I actually started doing it, and just how I'm feeling, how my mom is feeling. That's a big thing for me. That's very exciting because my mom is feeling great since being on it. My mom has lupus or diagnosed with lupus, and since being on this product, she's been feeling great. So that is right there in of itself is such a blessing. And I'm blessed I get to share this with a lot of people. I share this with people almost every day, and just the responses I get is amazing. And I'm just very, very blessed and fortunate to be a part of this. I was thinking earlier today, I was like, if who knows if I would have been a part of this if things would have went, how I wanted to this season, and I would have been playing. I don't know if I would have been a part of this Euphoria journey. So I'm definitely, even through times that seem maybe uncertain or, things don't go the way that you might want them, God always has a way to um, make things the way that they're supposed to be. So I know that this is something I'm supposed to be a part of, and um, I'm just very blessed to be able to share it with people and um, be able to use it myself and get my family on it. And it's been a blessing in my life. So I want to thank you for introducing me to it and everything. It's something I'm definitely grateful for and will be a part of the rest of my life. So I appreciate you. So.